Hi, thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to talk about how people pleasing is actually a trap. It's actually manipulation and it doesn't help you and doesn't help anyone else. So, I was raised to be a people pleaser by well-meaning parents who just thought they wanted to arm me with good social skills. I remember I was taught to kind of see who you're with and think, how would they like you to be? And that sounds so bad now in hindsight, but I'm sure my parents meant well and they were probably taught the same way. Like it was really trending to put everyone else before you. I remember that being considered selfish was like the worst insult. Like, don't talk good things about yourself. And if somebody compliments you, the correct thing to do would be like, no, like minimize, your accomplishments. If somebody complimented your outfit, be like, oh no, it was cheap. Kind of like, don't intimidate anyone. Just like make yourself small so that everyone else feels really comfortable and doesn't feel inferior. Even that kind of assumes that you are superior because you need to make sure that you kind of lower yourself to make other people comfortable. It kind of implies that you are somehow above them to start with, which is kind of conceited, don't you think? And really backwards, because you could just be, normal about it. Like, take the compliment, say thank you, feel like you're equal with the other person. You don't need to make yourself smaller. You don't need to make yourself bigger. Just kind of, see yourself as equals with other people. Maybe there's some people that are more, older than you, more educated than you, more famous than you. You're not equal in every individual thing, but we are all equals. Equal, we're all just human. Even, and the animals too. I mean, they are little angels, but still. So there's that. I was raised to make sure everyone else is comfortable. And somehow I learned that if I'm really good at that, I got like a little reward in my brain. When people praised me for being so like good and agreeable and easy to get along with, or like easygoing and just like easy, easy, not making any trouble, not making any hassle, not having too strong opinions, I felt good about myself. And even with like, being kind of the clown a little bit, like making people laugh, it was definitely part of my people pleasing, for sure. Because making people laugh or making people somehow feel better is like, and feeling good about that is people pleasing at its core. Especially when you don't consider your own feelings or your own wants, your own boundaries. Like, you probably don't have boundaries if you're a people pleaser, or super weak ones. And you're just like, your whole personality is based on making other people feel good, making other people laugh, smile, making other people like you. That's people pleasing, and that's something we don't want to do anymore, because it's all good and fun to be like a, nice, funny person, make people laugh, make people feel good. But there's a difference when you kind of live from inside out and consider your own feelings, wants, desires, needs, and boundaries, and first, and just radiate that kind of self-assured, contained within yourself, not needing anyone's approval energy. That makes you like magnetic and makes people feel good around you, because the people pleasers are kind of, they're just, they radiate an energy that is like a not respectable, and the people are not bad people who don't respect you and kind of just end up maybe like using you a little bit, because it's just the natural, it's like how we teach others to treat us. If we're like, let them get away with, for example, in class, like somebody kind of cheats and copies your work, and you're just like, sure, go ahead. I'll just write a new one. Or, it's not really their fault to keep doing it, because you're teaching them that it's okay, if that makes sense, because it's our responsibility, really. But when we have really weak boundaries, it's like the energy, people can sense that, and they don't respect you. They end up using you. You are kind of like a shell of a human to them. Like, yeah, you're like nice enough, but since you don't have boundaries, since you don't assert yourself, and you don't even bother to, get to know yourself, have a relationship with yourself, and everything you do is just motivated by the outside validation, nobody knows you, Nobody has a chance to know who you are. If you're always just easy, always just, yes, okay, there is no like structure to you. There is no like where you end and the other person begins. When you're just like, I'm so, just everything's fine, I'm so flexible, and like, please like me. You're just like this amoeba that nobody can really like wrap their head around. Is that a saying? Or like they can't really, they can't grab you. Like you're not real, you're just like poof, shape shifting and kind of spineless, always so quick to abandon yourself so that nobody else will abandon you. That's really sad and fucked up. Like the reasoning behind all this, it's of course like way more subconscious than that, but it's like you don't want to be abandoned so bad that you just like abandon yourself. And it's really sad, and that's the only person who can abandon you is you. And this is really kind of how I healed my anxious attachment style. It was realizing that the only approval I need is from me, and I need to stop abandoning myself in order to try to make someone else choose me, if that makes sense. I will make a better video about this, like more in depth, but it's the realization that we're going about it backwards, and the solution is much closer than we think. Yes. And people pleasing. So yeah, it implies that you think in some way you're above, or you're somehow like not on the same level as everyone else, because feeling like you're worse, like everyone else is here and you're here, like, oh, poor you. It's the same as thinking you're above everyone else. It's the same like core belief that like, I'm so special, you know? And it's not cute that you put yourself like below everyone else. It doesn't make you like, you know, cute, appealing, like, oh, so humble, and like the dark horse, you know, like the underdog, that you are like, oh, but I'm like, everyone else like knows something I don't, and I'm just here, and oh, if I could just join their club up here. And that's so like, ugh, cringe. That's so backwards. And no matter how humble you think you are, it has the same like energy as you saying and implying you're better than everyone else. Because what's behind it is this, I'm different, I'm special. And people get the ick from that, because they're like, we are all special. We all have our unique experience. And it's just not nice. I would hate it if somebody would be like, if I would spend time with someone who's like, but I'm so different, I'm special, I'm the exception, kind of implying that I'm like some normie who's just like cruising through life. And they're like, oh, no, like, fuck that. No, please realize that that's not cute. That's not like getting you any like underdog points. I was raised to be a people pleaser, and these points, these realizations really helped me snap out of it. It's like, ugh, it's like not cute. It's manipulative. It's frankly deceptive. It's kind of yucky, gives off this vibe, and then you just get used, and nobody can get like as close to you as they would probably want to. And you crave it too, like you crave closeness and meaningful relationships, and not being left, not being abandoned. You want to be like this chosen, but that's like such a outside word too, like chosen. Like, what is that? But anyway, we all know what it kind of means. You want to be chosen. It means, I guess, like you want people to see the value in you and not abandon you. But it will keep happening. They will keep abandoning you if you always abandon yourself and you don't even show people who you truly are, because you're so afraid of rejection and abandonment that you don't ever, first of all, get to know who you are, what you want, what your boundaries are, And second of all, embody them, communicate them, like just show them and live by them. Just be you with that includes some risks of, you know, probably possibly losing some people, and you know, who can't handle your boundaries, even though we tend to think it's much more catastrophic and unhandleable to other people when we're just so used to not having any boundaries. And you know, we just have this picture in our mind that any boundaries we put in place are gonna be too much for everyone else, when it's really not the case. It just feels like that. And I mean, you'll see, just if you just do it, you will see that it's not that bad, and you will start feeling like, of course I have boundaries, and then you will have more boundaries, and that will start feeling normal, and it's good. First, you will feel like such a bitch for having any boundaries, and that's normal, and you need to just be okay with it. It will pass. And also, if you would lose someone by being you, being true to yourself, choosing yourself, and setting boundaries, then it's not a loss. Then it's not that bad, really. Then it's not a catastrophe. Then it's like, bye. You know, you're not gonna lose people that are good for you by being good to you. By treating yourself well, you're not gonna alienate or repel people who care about your well-being and your best interest. Do you see that? Like, when I say it like that, do you kind of hear that it makes sense? Because I think it's easy to see. It works like that. It makes sense. And it will really just help you find your tribe, find the people who resonate with you. And don't be so afraid of losing people, because you're only gonna lose the people who don't match the new version of you. And if you lose someone, or if you lose a situation or a person or whatever, it creates a vacuum, and the universe doesn't like vacuums. It will fill it with something that resonates better. And that's why, you know, every time you've broken up, if you've ever broken up with someone, it always hurts and feels like, no, I don't want to. Or maybe you want to, but it's not easy. You kind of resist it, and then maybe later you like, when you look back at it, you're like, wow, what was I thinking? And maybe you're so much happier, and possibly you found someone better after that, because you kind of moved towards who you are now, who you want to be. You kind of grew, and you left those like old boyfriends and girlfriends behind, old jobs maybe, to make room for something that's more, you know, in line with the version, the current version, the version you want to be, the version you are, that resonates. And it always seems like, oh my God, no. But in hindsight, you're like, yeah, that had to happen for this to replace it. So don't be afraid of losing people. If they want to go, let them. Just let the flow of life kind of, you know, take some things and bring new things, and try to like enjoy it. And go with the flow, but just don't go with the flow at the expense of your life, your boundaries, your happiness. Don't live for other people. It's not nice. Like, they have their own lives, you have your life. Don't waste your precious time people pleasing and just like getting your validation and your like little high from other people's approval, other people's laughs, other people's validating you or complimenting you. That's such a short-lived fulfillment. That's such a short-lived, like, warm feeling. You will be like chasing more and more. But when you finally care enough about yourself and your relationship with yourself, if it helps you think about like your inner child, what would they want? Because if you feel like, I don't have preferences, like that's why I always do what other people want, because I don't care, it's nice, like I'm flexible, I'm open to, you know, because I feel like that's me, like I'm kind of open, kind of like different types of food and, you know, kind of like to be surprised. But when I think about the little Ina, maybe like a 4-year-old, 6-year-old, 10-year-old, however you want, I know she would have preferences. So she's who I'm living for now. Like she is whose wishes I'm fulfilling with this adult vessel now. And if it helps you, you can think of it like that. Like the only person you need to please is you. And more accurately, your inner child. Because they still like live inside of us. There is that part of us that's like the child. And usually it's the child part who kind of quote unquote overreacts to little things, because that's how children are. It's our inner child who has these like a little bit crazy desires, like the cute little innocent big dreams, and we should really listen to those. And it's also the child that wants the approval of others, when really the approval should come from us, the adult us. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, that is the healing experience for our inner child. That we listen, we acknowledge its needs, we approve of it, we validate it, we, you know, do what we can to fulfill its needs and desires. And that way we will stop seeking the approval outside of us. We will kind of feel what is our preference on some things where we used to be like, whatever, I don't care. But our inner child cares, and it's really good at giving us ideas and direction. And we should listen and not abandon it, because that's really the core of people pleasing. Trying to buy that approval from others when we really should just give it to ourselves. And plus, people pleasing doesn't make other people like us, doesn't make people love us, because they don't know us. And we are robbing them that experience. We are robbing them of that experience accidentally, because we don't understand that without boundaries they can't really grasp us. They don't we're not like a whole person. We don't need to strive to be easy. In fact, I really encourage you to never strive to be easy. Don't be motivated by what's easy, because that will, attract people who just want someone who's as easy as possible, and they don't really want you. You don't want, it's like the same as you're selling something and you put the price at 50 cents just so everyone could afford it and would buy it. It's like selling yourself so short, so cheap. It's like undervaluing yourself. No, you don't need everyone to be for you. There's so many people in the world. You don't need to please everyone. It's impossible to please everyone. And when you're people pleasing, you're not really even pleasing anyone. Maybe temporarily, but it's nobody's soul is singing for that kind of cheap, short-sighted people pleasing. Just to be easy, just to make someone else's life easy. I say, fuck that. You deserve better, and it's you who needs to make the change. It's nobody else's fault. It's not even your fault, but it's your responsibility to now do something about it. So, don't be so quick to say yes to everything. Check in with yourself. I know it's hard to stop cold turkey, start, thinking about yourself, but stop saying yes as a automatic default reaction. If you can't say no, say at least you need time to think, or just, start with the easy things, like somebody on the streets ask you for a cigarette, just say no. Or somebody asks you if you want to talk about something, just say no, or no thanks. But don't entertain the thought of, but they would probably want me to, talk to them, or because you don't even, just don't think you're that special, that your company or your energy is such a blessing to everyone. It is, but not to everyone. It's a blessing to you and the people you deem worthy of it after you've first kind of claimed it to you and really focused on you. It's not special when you just give it up for free to any rando. And I'm not saying be mean to people, but don't be nice at your expense. I hope this message is really coming through. I hope it has made you think about it differently. I hope you see where I'm coming from and what I mean, and how it's really manipulative to people please. It's kind of like lying, but you're not doing it on purpose. It's just that you haven't really even bothered to have a relationship with yourself enough to know what your actual opinion is or what your actual preference is. So when you kind of go along with everyone else, you don't even probably realize that it's a bit dishonest, because it's not what you really want. You just want the result of everyone liking you and thinking you're a nice person. But nice is not as positive as I once thought it was. And selfish is not as negative as I once thought it was. Actually, the last time someone called me selfish, I told them, like, I've come such a long way to not be a people pleaser that I really take that as a compliment. It means I've made it. I'm not just like kissing everyone's ass, and I'm standing up for me, and I'm telling you my opinion. And that's, you know, not everyone's gonna always like it, but they're gonna respect it. And respect is, you know, that's something you can strive for. That's something that's better than being liked. Just be respected. So you can respect yourself, makes you respect other people too, because you at least know where they stand, because you know where you stand, and you don't need to agree with everyone, but you can at least like respect their opinion, they can respect yours, and you don't need to like brown nose everyone and abandon yourself and spend your time and energy thinking about what other people think about you. That's also a misuse of your energy and time, really, because what other people think is their business and not yours. And trying to mind read like that, using your life, your precious time, to your human experience, to think about other person's human experience that you will never understand anyway, is a waste of time. But it's something that people pleasers kind of tend to do, because they think that everyone else is more important than they are. And it's just not the case. And until you realize it and start treating yourself like you matter, no one else will treat you the way you want. It's not like someone else will treat you that way and then that will like show you, oh yes, I was lovable and chosen all along. No, that never comes from the outside in. It always works from the inside out. Like when you have that relationship with yourself, the outside world will mirror that to you and show it to you. Like other people will see you in that light too and treat you that way, that with respect and with, you know, love. And it's beautiful, and I really believe in you that you can do it, because I have done it. You can definitely do it, because I'm not special. I used to think I was so special, in like this poor me, I'm so different than everyone and no one understands me. And now I understand that it was just me with this like specialness wound. And we are all special, don't get me wrong. But that's it. Like we're all special in our way. Like don't always put yourself in like a different category from everyone else, because we're also all one. We're all part of this universe. We're like little drops in the ocean, but we are needed to make the ocean. Or like we're little stars in the sky, and we might seem small and insignificant, but we're needed to make the whole starry sky. I really believe in you. I hope you took away from this video, that people pleasing is not a virtue. Now that you understand it, it's your responsibility to change. And the best way to do that is to prioritize yourself, get to know yourself, love yourself, and never abandon yourself again. And when you know that you always have you, and you will like hold that inner child and never abandon it again, you will stop searching for approval from the outside, and your company is gonna be much more light, much more, you know, the energy is gonna flow. There's not this like grabbing, like this, please love me, please don't abandon me, this kind of like undertone. And people don't tend to wanna leave you, and you don't interpret every weird, like if somebody doesn't respond to your messages in a few hours, your mind doesn't automatically go like, oh, what did I do? Like, oh, they must not, you know, they're like ghosting me, they don't want to ever be my friend anymore. Your mind doesn't even search for that kind of evidence, because you are not concerned about abandonment and like who's abandoning who. It's like a kind of stops being an issue. And I know you maybe think like, who cares if I got me? Like, I need other people, I don't want to be lonely. But when you got you, like, anything is possible, because the other people will emerge. It's not, doesn't mean you need to like, you know, live and die alone. But when your internal dialogue is like a supportive and healthy and beautiful and loving, it's like, I'd rather be physically alone with that in my mind for the rest of my life than with someone in a relationship constantly thinking like, oh my God, are they gonna, oh, they must have found someone else, they don't love me anymore. Like, what if something goes wrong? What if they die and like, I'm abandoned? I'm alone again. You know, thank God I don't have to choose, but you know, I'd much rather have this good relationship with myself and nothing else than horrible relationship with myself and all these like outside beautiful things that I've wanted. Because if the self-talk is horrible, I'm not gonna enjoy anything. I'm just gonna be worrying and ruining everything. So that's that. And don't worry if you feel like a little bit of a biatch at first, because it's just the contrast to how you've been. It's just the contrast of, you know, saying something when you've always kind of said nothing. No one else thinks you're a bitch. And just like lean into it. Like, so what if you're a little bit of a, you know, assertive? Good, you know? Don't be mean. Don't, you know, take your anger out on people, but feel your anger. It's like normal. And don't let anyone shame you for being selfish. Just tell them like, good, it's my life. It's literally your life, and the people who belong in it are gonna be in it. but just make sure that you show them who you are. Because people want to get to know you, the real you, and not the easy people pleaser version. That's the guaranteed way to, you know, never have fulfilling relationships. Because it's like keeping people at arm's length. And you deserve to have a good relationship with yourself. Because you're beautiful, wonderful, sweet. You wouldn't have been a people pleaser if you weren't like a sweetheart and who wanted everyone to get along. But you can do it in a healthier way and more authentic way, and just be excited to feel more feelings. Like you're gonna see life in more colors and feel more, you know, maybe some sadness, anger. Anger is something I didn't feel in years, and now I do, and I kind of love it, because it just means I can feel all the feelings. And also like the good feelings feel so much better when they're not just based on who laughed at my joke or who gave me a compliment. That when I actually feel good with myself, and when I make my inner child happy by standing up for her. And I wish you the same, and I know you can do it. And thanks for watching. I really believe in you. And good night, and see you in the next one.